your house. We'll talk a little wrestling when I'm in your house. In your house. In your house. I said I'm in your house. The one I'm in your house. In your house. In your house. Hey, yo, we talk a little wrestling when I'm in your house. In your house. In your house. Yo, I'm in your California dreaming, make me stay scheming like Bobby the Brain Heenan. I'm out here, I got big steppers on my team, and the swagger leave them leaning. And if it ain't business, love, what's the meaning? I'm dangerous like Paulie when I'm coming to the function. Hard like Jimmy, I bring the doom to your dungeon. MVP, you get this hurt and this business. Hit this work, I'm the director, you should listen. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to In Your House, starring Hollywood Howse. This is the People's Podcast. Hey guys, you already know who it is. It's your boy Con, ready to give you that work. When it comes to this professional wrestling business, that is what we do, and hey, we love it. So let me let you guys know where you guys can listen to this at. You guys can listen to this at Apple Podcast, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Himalaya. Hey, you don't have an Apple device? That's alright. We're on Google Play. Anywhere that you guys are, we can get to you. And now it's time to look at the clock. I'm checking the time because the last time that I checked, In Your House was the hottest professional wrestling podcast in the Midwest, because we hit them with that work. Round the clock, you guys already know what it is. You guys already know who I am, and that is the director, Hollywood Howse, ready to do another jam-packed and exciting episode of the podcast that you love to love, and that is In Your House. And hey, it's time to talk a little wrestling with a hip-hop feel, hitting you with those LA vibes. We're back, we're gonna give it to you, daddy, we're gonna give it to you in your house. And that is right, we are back here at the 5-star internationally listened to professional wrestling podcast. Oh yes, we are back on the charts, and you love to see it, and so do I. And that is In Your House. And before we get too far into another jam-packed and honestly awesome episode, we got so much great stuff to talk about. You know, I gotta do my due diligence, and that of course is bring in the curator of content. And my God, does that man curate some good content, and I love it when he does it. And that is the marvelous Mr. Bell. How's it going, bro?
Hey, Con, how's it going? Lord, we got a lot of content to curate through this week.
Yes.
I'm ready. But first of all, how you been? How's your weekend been? How's the director been?
You know, man, I've been doing okay. I've been dealing with some of the nasal drip, man, the sinuses, the weather change out here in Indiana. You know how it is.
Yeah, the little post-nasal joint, you know what I mean?
Like, man. Oh, it's killing me.
Yeah, you gotta hit them Allegras or the you know what I mean.
Something gotta spray that. Gotta get that nose spray. I didn't have to deal with that. It's ridiculous, bro. But man, other than that, I've been good. Just staying busy, enjoying my time on WWE 2K22. Y'all need to check that out. That game is jumping right now. I'm loving it. And just really enjoying time with the fam and taking care of business, man, because Hollywood Howse always takes care of business. How about you, man? How's your week been?
Yo, I feel it. You know, the curator, I'm always over here curating. I got things going on here, there, everywhere. This past weekend was pretty good. I can't, if I do say so myself, because I debuted as my managerial debut with Christopher the Alpha Athlete Owens was this weekend at BMFX.
Yes, I saw
in
that.
Lafayette.
So good.
Yes. So really excited off of that. So I wish I could help you more with the little post-nasal thing. In 30 some odd years, I ain't spilling too much details. living here in the Midwest, like I still don't know what to do about that every year either. It always comes up on me like, I should have known better, but
Should have been prepared for it. Now I've gotten
yeah.
to a point where I, get the little Tylenol sinus and whatnot, and get the nose spray and stuff. I'm like, all right, man, I'm just gonna have to deal with it. I'm not as cool and young as I used to be. I got to take care of this because when it hit hard. So it is what it is. But we dealing with it, and man, we got another great week of wrestling ahead of us, man, and another great week behind us, man. Is later on in the episode, me and the curator are gonna talk a little bit of the NWA Crockett Cup. It was great. I really enjoyed it, and I was right, and we're gonna talk about why I was right later on in the show. And before we get to that, we got to break down some of this news, Bell, because there's still some things to unpack. There's not a whole lot of things to feast on, but dude, we still got WrestleMania next week. The 2-night event that's coming up next weekend. So of course we got to speculate on that. And we're just gonna jump right into that because, man, the opening of Monday Night Raw was something that people was talking about. And because people were talking about it, I was like, all right, man, I got to go and watch this. I got to go and see this. And I went to watch it. And my God, Kevin Owens is a genius. I love what he's doing. He comes out. He's in Chicago, bro. Monday Night Raw. Stone Cold's music hits. And the crowd pops. Goes crazy. And who comes out? Well, it was kind of Stone Cold. It was more like Stone Cold Kevin Owens coming out dressed up. Coming out dressed up as Stone Cold. And some of the faces I saw in the crowd were great, Bell. I mean, it was hysterical, man.
You said, give me a hell yeah, eh? No, Kevin Owens coming out trolling everybody as Stone Cold was the absolute best thing coming out of Monday Night Raw. Which honestly, if you're really talking, let's not sleep on Monday Night Raw right now. We are on the road to WrestleMania. Mm-hmm. Monday Night Raws have been kind of strong here lately. You got some story development with things that that Kevin Owens is doing with Stone Cold. We have things that going on with Seth Rollins, if he's going to even wrestle at WrestleMania. We have a building story between AJ Styles and Edge. We have a lot of things going on Raw right now, and low key, it's kind of a sleeper show to watch. I know it's 3 hours still because they're not going to get rid of that third hour. So it's still kind of a drag sometimes. And it's like a job to watch. But they're putting out okay-ish content. I'm not mad at it right now.
And of course they're going to, as you said, because we are so close to reaching that destination. We're on the road. We're traveling. We're moving forward. We're on the road to WrestleMania. But we're getting closer and closer to that destination. So we're
in the parking lot, man.
Man, for real.
Yeah. I think we pulling up. Like, we see the signs.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
we're pulling up, bro. It's right there.
We just got a couple weeks. There's so, like, we see everything. We know everything that's going on. Okay, we kind of know everything that's going on, right? Except for, like, we still don't know where Cody is. Where's Cody, Con? Where's Cody?
That's a good question. What's the situation with Cody? So, because of Cody news coming out that he actually quietly signed a contract, now it's speculating that he's either going to be on WrestleMania or maybe the show after WrestleMania. And I got to tell you, man, let me talk about the Cody thing real quick. This dude, if speculation is right, and he did sign with WWE, because we don't know, right? We're not flies on the wall in WWE offices, but it's speculation.
No. I'm not Dave Meltzer. He seems to know everything. Like, he's the one that confirms that. Guys like Chris Jericho are even confirming it on their podcast in a sense. We're not those guys though.
Right.
They have a little bit more. Yeah,
working towards
more
it.
inside. Yeah. We'll get there. I'm gonna get in that room one day.
Shoot,
Maybe.
but the thing about it is that he signed. If the contract numbers are right, he signed a contract that is probably like triple or even quadruple the deal that he signed the first time that he was with WWE. So my man really upped his stock by going away and doing Ring of Honor and New Japan, and then, you know, being a foundational piece in what we see now in AEW, and then coming back to WWE. Yeah, it was a long road, but if he's coming back and everything is accurate, man, that man got his money.
Of course he did. I mean, he did so much more than just go to Ring of Honor, New Japan, build AEW. I mean, he built AEW. He built a whole new wrestling company, and let's not like this whole company was built off of a bet that Cody Rhodes made with Dave Meltzer, and won, mind you. And so Cody Rhodes has built so much. He has proven himself as a wrestler, hands down. But we knew that. We knew that when he left WWE that he was a wrestler. Cody Rhodes is proven to be a sports entertainer, a businessman.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Very, very, very savvy. So of course he earned his money. He went out. He showed WWE why he deserved that sort of money, and why wouldn't WWE pay him? That they print their own checks.
Right. So like it's I just wanted to point that out because like Cody is kind of polarizing right now. Like probably actually definitely more polarizing than he's been in his entire career. And like it's got to speak to his approach, He's approached everything so differently than just a wrestler. And of course, he should know more about the business than just the wrestling aspect, considering his legacy. But he shows that he does. And he's doing what's best for himself. And that doesn't mean he's got to be at one brand. It's going to be whatever's best for him. And I think that that's the mindset that we're starting to see more and more of in independent wrestling. And you really love to see it, man. So, Cody, is he going to wrestle Seth Rollins? I'd watch it. That'd be a great match.
I'd watch it. I would love for there to be a little bit more build. I mean, look, if you listen to this show, you follow Khan and myself, and we say this all the time. We're storytellers. We like the story.
Yep.
I'm sure that they will build us into something great. But who doesn't want to watch Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes wrestle in what will probably be a 4 3/4 star match, according to some people. Who doesn't want to see that?
Man, that would be a good match, man. And I just think that the what's coming towards this WrestleMania is a lot of good matches. I love the fact that they're doing the 2-night thing again, because I just think that's way better than having people sit through a 7 or 8 hour show. I will always say that. Wrestling fans should have to sit there for 7 or 8 hours like we've done so many years past. And I'm just looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. I mean, I love what Kevin Owens did on Monday Night Raw. I don't know what pop was the loudest. The pop when he first came out to the Stone Cold music, or the second pop where he acted scared that Stone Cold was actually there and he wasn't, and he got them again. Like, that, what he did something that is sports entertaining. Like, I thought I was like, is he in the building? Is he there? Like, the second one, you're like, is he actually there? What's happening?
I'm not gonna lie. So, like, the first one got me, right? Mm-hmm. The first one got me. The second one, it got me too. I'm just playing.
I was like, oh no. See, that's the thing. This is creating that moment. You know what I'm saying? In that very moment that makes you remember what just happened. And it's like, dude, he didn't just get us once. He got us again, Yep. And then him coming out dressed up, cutting the promo like Stone Cold. You can tell that even though this might not even be a match, which if Stone Cold is medically cleared to do it and in the right shape, I would love for it to be a match. But they're speculating. I mean, this isn't even a match, but the way that Kevin Owens is approaching it, he's acting like this is the biggest thing he's ever going to do in his career, and I love it, because Kevin Owens has had some big moments in his career, and it just seems like he's still finding ways to have fun, and that's what's so special about Kevin Owens.
Absolutely. I think Kevin Owens he's probably come up with some of the most creative things just in his years in WWE, especially, the man that helped bring us the Festival of Friendship.
Yeah.
And great things like that. You know that this moment with Stone Cold is going to be special, and he is going to treat it special. Plus, he's going to be A1, absolute, the best Kevin Owens that we will probably ever see. So
yes.
Cannot wait for this.
Oh yeah,
I don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if it's going to be a match. We don't even know, we don't know what's going to happen, like we said, right? So we don't know if it's going to happen on night 1. We don't know if it's going to happen on night 2. We don't know if they're going to drag it out from night 1 to night 2. We don't. Yeah, so many questions, and so many things to play with as well.
Yeah, man, a lot of variables going into Mania. I think we both talked about, that's something that we're looking forward to in terms of what we're looking forward to at WrestleMania. But man, what's another thing that is really because it's WrestleMania, so as wrestling fans, it's we're gonna watch it. But there's always seems like there's that one thing that draws you to it. Is there any particular match, segment, storyline, whatever it may be, that is really drawing you to this Mania? That's if there's anything I can't miss, it's this.
I mean, so it goes without saying, gotta see Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
That, I think it's gonna be great. And I don't care how many, at this point, I don't care how many times we see them fight. Every time kind of seems different.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see how this is going to be different in its sense, and I can't wait to see how this goes, because this feels like a 50-50 toss-up, to be honest. With even with traditional WWE booking, this feels like a 50-50 toss-up. So I think that'll be great. I really think that Edge and AJ Styles is going to be a wrestlers match.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So if you love watching just two wrestlers just go at it, just psychologically just wear each other down, I think that's going to be an absolutely amazing match, and I can't wait to see that. Some other good highlights, I kind of want to see what Johnny Knoxville does. I definitely want to see Pat McAfee.
Oh yeah,
because I think he's going to show us some things that he's going to be our Bad Bunny of this year. Johnny Knoxville isn't, but Pat McAfee is, and we know he can be because he's already shown us things. He's shown us things with one of the best wrestlers in the world, as maybe on the flip side of the companies go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So much to look forward to in this at this WrestleMania. I'm also low-key sleeper, RKO or RK Bro and the Street Profits.
Yeah.
I think that is going, whatever they put together and whatever dynamic that comes out of this, I think it's going to be amazing. And I see a fierceness out of Street Profits here lately that is going to be I want to see a darker side to them.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely down with that. Man, you pretty much previewed a lot of the great matches. Not every single one, but I really got to tell you, as far as that AJ Styles Edge match goes, that is definitely high priority for me personally. I mean, to see Edge turn heel and take on this new persona as of sorts at this point in his career really shows that he's dedicating himself to being this heel character to let AJ be AJ, and I just think that's great. And I think that it's going to be a really, really good match. You said a wrestlers match. You're right. You got two veteran guys here that, you got grit and a technician. Just two. You would almost think contrasting styles, but it really gives me these lightweight, Stone Cold, Bret Hart, WrestleMania 13 type vibes, because Edge is like the gritty guy, and then you got AJ Styles who can get gritty, but he's more of a technician, and it's just, I really, really love the dynamic between these two guys. I'm really, really, really looking forward to that match, Bell.
Well, I didn't think of it that way. I mean, you could almost think of it almost as like a series between like Angle and, He Who Shall Not Be Named.
Yeah, I like that one too. Yeah, Benoit. Yeah, you can say it, bro.
Yeah,
Shoot, this ain't WWE. We ain't WWE, bro.
But it is real life, and sometimes people feel some type of way about the man.
I know.
Great wrestler, horrible human being. Just saying.
That's it. That's all you can say.
Yeah.
But I see those vibes too, man. And like, I'm just really looking forward to what those two are gonna put on.
Yeah. I think that is gonna be the match. The match that people come out of there like, ooh, that was so nice.
Yeah.
And they did this, and they did this. And did you see, like, I had to go back and watch that 3 times because did you see when they did this or how they did this? Like, that's gonna be like take me to school type of match.
Definitely, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Although, gun to your head, what do you think about Edge's new persona?
Gun to my head, I mean, it's obviously something that's slapped together, I mean, it is what what his new persona is what it is. I'm kind of more used to who he was, and I think that if he was still being that guy, he could do, like, it would still work, but I just need to see it a little bit more, you know what I'm saying?
I just don't understand why he has to be blue to be this guy. He could be shitty. He could be a maniacal Edge, but why you gotta be blue, bro? Like it throws me. The whole thing throws me, and I'm just, but like, I don't know. I cannot wait for this match. I could use less of these Edge segments.
Yeah.
And him talking with the blue light, because it's killing me.
I can't do it.
No. Look. We in the house, right? We reeled the doors shut and all that shit. So like, there's real talk.
No, we got to keep it real. That's like, listen, why do you think that we are 5 stars? Why do you think that we are internationally listened to? Because we give honest and real opinions. That's what you're gonna get here. So
exactly.
I mean that, and it is what it is with that. And I still think the match is gonna be great, but we got to move on. We got to get on to the next thing here, and the next thing is, man, is that we are moving right along here. It was Wednesday night last night. I know my man, the curator, checked out AEW. I was down and out. Just we open and honest, transparent here. So we got the curator giving his thoughts, his feelings on the highlights of last night's AEW Dynamite.
Oh yeah. Look, we're real in the house, right? The director was kind of down and out last night. He checked out Dynamite, but like, he checked out, period. So
I was asleep, bro.
your curator was here, and I got some highlights. I'll tell you what to watch for with AEW Dynamite. I'm not gonna lie, this was just a show. It got us to wherever we're going with, like, developed a couple stories, but it wasn't a great Dynamite, but it wasn't a bad Dynamite. It was pretty good. It was pretty
from
good.
What I understand, it was more like transitioning into maybe some new things. I think something new happened with Thunder Rosa and Nyla Rose.
Yeah. So we started off the night with CM Punk and Dax Harwood, which I'm not gonna lie, killer match. Another wrestler type of match,
of
right?
course you expect that from those two.
If you like that sort of thing, right? It was kind of weird to see CM Punk transition back to what you would think would be him versus the Pinnacle in a sense, but this is not how they framed it. They Dax Harwood, he was presented as a singles competitor in this match, although we all know that he's a part of FTR, but he was presented in a singles aspect, and that he could work from a singles aspect. Pretty good match. There was some shenanigans towards the end with the ass boys, as Don Housen likes to call him. But I'm not even gonna lie, I don't even know where this is leading. But it was a good match as far as that goes. After that, we had an 8-man tornado tag that was pure chaos, with old man that paints his face, a young man that paints half his face, and then brothers that one paints his face and the other one, I don't know what he was doing, because he was the only one without any kind of face paint. So but we had them versus the Andrade family office, which consisted of Butcher, Blade, and Private Party. Just absolute craziness. This is what AEW gives you, right? They give you this, hey, you want a wrestling match? All right, cool. We'll give you a wrestling match. All right, cool. You want a train wreck? You want a car wreck? All right, cool. We'll give you that too. And they give you that. They give you those things, and then they're like, all right, hey, let's slow this down. This is sports entertainment. We present characters, so let's bring out someone that you love to hate. So yeah, that was followed by MJF coming out, discussing the Wardlow things. And if you haven't caught that, the things that MJF said about Wardlow are just you can't. Big things are coming. I don't want to spoil too many things for you, Con.
Oh, because I'm definitely gonna watch.
Yeah, I know. I know you want to get on it. But some things were said, and that is, I don't totally know the full direction they're going between MJF and Wardlow, because honestly, it swerved me when Wardlow did not win that TNT championship. Kind of swerved me a little bit. But it's working, right? So I'm intrigued to see where that goes. That was followed by a fucking banger of a match between Jay Lethal and Adam Cole, baby.
Ring of Honor classics. I bet that was a banger.
All sorts of Ring of Honor vibes. You had some re-dragon out there, just all sorts of shenanigans. And Adam Cole still wanting that AEW championship.
Well, he's not going to stop. He's not going to quit.
No, well, absolutely. This match was presented as a number one contenders match.
Oh.
Jay Lethal was coming into the match with a record of 10-2.
Oh.
Sort of presented as, like I said, number one contenders match. So whoever coming out of that would eventually face Hangman. I think the feud between Hangman and Cole is coming to its close, right? We might have one more match. I don't think it's going to be a huge pay-per-view.
Might be one of those shows. Might be one of the Wednesday night shows that they kind of rebrand a little bit and make it feel a little bigger, which they're really good at doing, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know what holidays do we got. We got Easter coming up.
Yep.
Maybe that
they'll do something.
AEW
They've gotten really good.
Dynamite or something.
Exactly, something like that. And I will say they have really good at making some of these Wednesday night shows feel a little special.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like that. I absolutely like that, because honestly, that you're going to get something special out of those matches or out of those shows. And sometimes we get either a special surprise, or we just get absolute bangers of the matches, and sometimes the most violence that that we want. You kind of love how AEW just mixes in all those different elements of what wrestling is. They mix in that entertainment and that wrestling, and they put it all together, right? It's sort of crazy. All of that pretty much leads me to I'm sorry, I don't want to skim over Thunder Rosa being presented as the AEW Women's Champion.
For sure.
She came out with Tony Schiavone, but they were quickly interrupted by Vicky Guerrero and none other than Nyla Rose, who attacked Thunder Rosa. So definitely going in that direction as Thunder Rosa's first big feud will be with Nyla Rose. So, which Nyla Rose is kind of in that gatekeeper area as all right, you want a championship? All right, now go through me sort of deal. So,
yep, I see that too. I definitely see that too. It's kind of weird that that Britt Baker isn't coming back to to claim what she feels is hers. Maybe we'll get back around to that. I just felt like it's strange to hear that they're going straight to Nyla Rose, even though I do see her in that spot that you saw. I just felt like Britt would come back rather quickly, but who knows? They might be letting that breathe.
Yeah, Britt had such a good run, and she did so much for the AEW women's division. It'll be a nice benchmark to see how they do without her.
Oh yeah.
So and however long she's gone out of the title picture or gone away from, I'm not even sure what she's doing or if she's taking some time off or whatever, but it'll be interesting to see what happens and what comes out of that.
Oh yeah. And I really think that if they were going to have Britt finally drop the title, that it should have been Thunder Rosa, because Thunder Rosa is very well respected through the industry. And she's wrestled pretty much everywhere. I mean, she's even wrestled right there in Kokomo. She's been everywhere. She's legitimately one of the hardest working women in professional wrestling. So it's great to see her get the title. Now it's going to be interesting to see what she does as champion.
Yes, it absolutely will. I did skip over. Look, Dan Lambert said some shit, but it was kind of skip overable. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I love Scorpio Sky as a TNT champion.
Yeah.
But like Dan Lambert, not the good kind of either.
Oh, he must. I gotta check that out, because I actually like Dan Lambert, so I want to hear what it is that he said that you wasn't really vibing with. But I'll check that out.
It's just sometimes that he just comes in way too strong, like with the way too on the nose. Like, let me get these people riled up right now. Like,
okay, not really. Yeah,
it's no not. Nuance. It's not that he says smart things. He just says things that, like, all right, we'll just piss off everybody just for no reason. You know what I mean? So
I don't think he gets the nuances. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think that's still something that needs to be learned from him. Is like I can confirm, and the only reason I'm chiming in is because I see that in him, and I agree with you, is that sometimes he is a little bit on the nose with what he says, and it's just like, listen, you're looking more towards generally pissing everybody off when you're kind of trying to piss the crowd off. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
I just think there's some nuance there.
There is, but I don't know. You can't complain with this, right? Because AEW gives you so much stuff. They mix it in so well, as we've been like saying, at least this whole episode, right? As we discuss this, right? Yeah. So like they end this with the Jericho Appreciation Society, and I can't wait till you watch this and see all the hijinks and gimmicks that are going on with this. But you have Jericho the influencer, and you had Daniel Garcia with Jake Hager, and then Cool Hand Angelo Parker and Daddy Magic Matt Menard, right? And they were facing the Dark Order. They faced the Dark Order. It was Chris Jericho, Daniel Garcia versus the Dark Order, which consisted of John Silver and Alex Reynolds.
Okay,
this was a really, really fun match that had a whole lot of hijinks, some things that happened on the outside from formerly 2.0, now Cool Hand or Daddy Magic, and with Preston Vance and 5 Allen Angels. Some really, really interesting things led up to this. But what this really, really got me thinking about, Con, and I don't know if you've caught this, is what is this about sports entertainer Like, why is this deemed so kind of negative? Why is this deemed as a bad thing?
And we've talked about this off the air a lot, Bell, like a lot. And we've even talked about this before Jericho pinpointed the phrase sports entertainment, which of course he didn't create it. He pinpointed it just on last week's, Dynamite. And we've been talking about it for a while. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with being considered a sports entertainer? And I think that there's this stigma on it because it is a term that was supposed to be used to replace wrestler or wrestling, and because of that, it was looked at as a derogatory term by hardcore wrestling fans. But as we've seen and as we're seeing time goes on, is that why do we have the aspect of sports entertainment? It's to keep the sport entertaining. I mean, it's not rocket science here. It's right there in the phrasing. So that sparks up a very, very interesting conversation, Bell, about why the term sports entertainer is derogatory and why that narrative actually does need to change. Because sports entertainment is a very, very pivotal part of professional wrestling. And I think that me and you, the role that we're playing in professional wrestling, not only are we appreciating it differently, I know I am. I'm appreciating wrestling differently than I did even 2 years ago. Seriously. And I see now there's more to it than just the hard-hitting action and the great fast-paced action that you see within the confines of, the four corners, the ring. And that is great, and I love it, and that's what we're here for. But why are we here? What's the why? What's the how? What's the point? And that's what we're kind of seeing resurge back into professional wrestling, is that sports entertainment storytelling. I mean, you heard Joey Styles say it when he ranted in his shoot promo on Monday Night Raw. I wasn't a sports entertainment storyteller. Well, I respect you, Mr. Joey Styles. I really, really do. And I respect your work as a commentator and everything that you've done. But, sir, I am a sports entertainment storyteller.
Exactly. I think you hit some things right on the head there, Con. Here's the thing. A lot of us got into this beautiful thing we call professional wrestling when we were very, very young. And I don't know about you, but I didn't get into professional wrestling as a youngster because I was like, oh man, that was really cool how that dude grappled that dude and held his ankle and locked him up like that. That's not what interested young curator. What interested young curator was the stories that they were telling, whether it was the battle for Miss Elizabeth between the superpowers, whether it was the trials and tribulations that Harlem Heat had to go through to keep and retain the WCW Tag Team Championships, or the stories that Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero were telling in WCW as a fight over the WCW Cruiserweight titles. What got me was the stories. When I was a youngster. Now I know as we get older and as we evolve, and as a lot of us, especially some of us that are more masculine, that testosterone that builds, and you want to see big meaty men throwing meat, and there's no pause to that because whatever. You want to see that, right? You want to see all sorts of all parts of that, right? You want to see wrestling, and you want to see violence.
Yeah.
Right. I think you really want to see every single part of that because it all makes up professional wrestling.
Exactly. It's all the puzzle pieces coming together as a whole to make this crazy thing that we love a thing, and that's professional wrestling.
Absolutely. And like, I know there's a lot of naysayers out there, and like you said, that we're sports entertainers just seem to be like a dirty or derogatory word, but it shouldn't be. They enhance, the sports entertainers are the ones that enhance stories.
Oh yeah,
they kind of sometimes they dehance a story. Is that a word? Dehance? They sometimes they make stories worse. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That but sometimes just watching a pure wrestling match is boring as fuck. If we're just being real,
let's just keep it a band.
I mean, look. If you just see some dudes just chain wrestling for about 60 minutes, it might be cool. But man, there might be some really, really dry spots in that too. Correct? I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Somebody show me something different. Household, you're out there. We want you to contribute to this conversation out there.
Doubt.
So we definitely want you to hit us up. You hit up the director, hit up the curator. We're easy to find.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Tell us what you think about these things.
And we definitely want to know, because I really feel like that it's not just now. Like, it's not just because Jericho said it that sports entertainment is important in professional wrestling. It's always been important in professional wrestling. It's never stopped being important in professional wrestling. You got to be able to tell a story. You got to be able to make people care. Yes, we're there to watch you wrestle in the ring and watch these competitors put their bodies on the line for our entertainment and do it in the most entertaining way that they possibly can. But like with me, man, when I go to shows, I always make sure to try to film some content. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's important. I know you do the same thing when you travel to shows, Bells, that you're always trying to film some content, because the way that people consume content nowadays is different than how it was 20 years ago. And if you're in the business, and especially in the role that we're in, because we're very much from different forms of entertainment before we were in professional wrestling. And let me put it to you like this, Bell. Check me out. It's tougher, I think, for somebody that's just, let's say they've wrestled for the last 15 years. You know what I'm saying? 10, 15 years. And all they know is professional wrestling. So the only thing that they're going to try to push towards is professional wrestling and professional wrestling fans. But I think it's important to still try to pull in some new fans as well, if you possibly can. And when you got guys like a Jimmy Hart came from the music industry as well. Just like myself, I came from the music industry. You have people like a Pat McAfee that's coming from a completely different sport, and also, he did stand-up comedy as well. The different forms of entertainment that you provide, Bell, even with the Kokomo Press. I think that there's ways to take all those different forms of entertainment, integrate them with professional wrestling, and enhance professional wrestling. And that's why we see some of these guys that get in the way that they do, because not only are they great entertainers, but they're great at protecting professional wrestling. And at the end of the day, I think that's what we're all trying to do, is honor and respect and give back to professional wrestling. And that includes the sports entertainers.
Absolutely. Look, I'm not very, very fond of the naysayers that are like, oh, I don't like that, because I think you need all of that, and it's all a part of it. There should be no argument about it. Like, I know wrestling is toxic, but we don't have to be toxic in the household. So let's embrace all the good parts about wrestling. Let's embrace this sports entertainment, because I think we need it. Look, like you said, we are growing from it.
Yeah.
We are in it. We were born in it. My background comes from doing a lot of, not necessarily stand up, but a lot of improv, and then into podcasting. Yeah. And growing into this industry, I know you coming from a music background, but you can come from anywhere in there, or any kind of background, and make it in this business. A man named Bill Moody, he got started in this business, left this business, became a mortuary assistant, worked in a mortuary, came back into this business, and then became pallbearer.
Yep.
So
Yep.
You can do all sorts of things, and learn from shoot things to incorporate into this very, very fun life we call professional wrestling.
Right, because we're all just like, if you're a professional wrestler or even just a professional wrestling fan, like, it's just a lot of different crazy personalities from different backgrounds. And we all, seem to come together, because we all have this common love of professional wrestling. And it's just all about, no matter what background you come from, no matter what you're contributing to the business, whether you're somebody that's in the ring and on the canvas, or you're the lyrics to the song on commentary, or you're trying to enhance talent as a manager, or you're a referee, and referees definitely can set the pace of a match, or you're a ring announcer, or you're anything. It doesn't matter. It's all part of making this crazy sport even crazier. But if it doesn't matter where you come from, you just got to make sure that you're respecting the business.
Let's take a moment to shout out everyone who's not a non-wrestler in the professional wrestling business, and not to downgrade wrestlers at all, but let's shout out those that put up the ring, those that commentate, those that referee, those that tear down the ring, make sure things are straight, those who take tickets, those who concessions, do video editing, make signs, make posters, make digital print posters,
make sets
run
look
social
good.
Media sites, run social media pages for promotions. Let's shout out all of these people, because it's not easy. It's not easy work.
No.
I know this firsthand, Con, and like, is any of this easy? Just running your own social media page, is that easy? Just one?
No, it's not easy.
And how many do you have?
Oh my gosh. I can't count on one hand, bro.
Same, sir. So, look, shout out. And also shout out the wrestlers that are learning to do these things too for themselves too.
Yes.
But this is all a part of professional wrestling, and I hope people are learning this. I hope they're growing, and Con, you and I have this platform. I've been preaching it for a little bit now. Like, we utilize this platform to teach people that may come under us, right?
Yeah.
Like, because you've been preaching this for a while, to teach those that come under you. Like, heed our advice, like the way you come into this business, it may not be traditional, but as long as you come in with respect for the business and respect for the people in the business, you can do great things. Just listen. Sometimes you got to shut your mouth before you can open it, though.
Yep. It's the truth. You're absolutely right. And that was just me and Bell just putting it out there on the line and just saying how we feel about the importance of sports entertainment and being a sports entertainer. Get with me, get with the curator. Let us know what you think. If you have any differing opinions, agreeing opinions, we want to hear all of it. We want to hear all of it about your guys' thoughts on sports entertainment, because if there's anything that we want to do here at In Your House, it's spark a conversation that could potentially make wrestling even greater, So that's exactly what we want to do here at In Your House. And that was a great conversation in itself. But man, we're going to have to take a break. It's that time.
These conversations ain't cheap, are they?
No, they're not, bro.
They be costing us.
Yeah, yep. We got to pay some bills. And when me and Bell come back, we are going to talk about NWA's 2022 Crockett Cup. Hey guys, it's your boy the Director, Howse of In Your House, and I'm here to let you know about a small business that produces beard products and also supports small stage, independent professional wrestling stars. It's called Ring Master Beard Company. Try one of their several scents, beard oils, balms, or mustache wax, and keep your beard looking and feeling sweet. Purchase your favorite wrestlers or personalities' personalized scent, and they receive a portion of each sale. And with that being said, don't forget to pick up a bottle of the Director in Alakan House Special. Your boy, a blend of eucalyptus, mint, and tea tree oil. Have your beard feeling fresh, have your beard feeling smooth, just like your boy, the Director. Follow Ringmaster Beard Company on Twitter and Instagram at Ringmaster Beard, or on their Facebook page, and that is Ringmaster Beard Company. Check it out. Get your beard cream. Hit your beard with that. Because sometimes being a master in the ring means mastering your beard. Welcome back to In Your House, and of course I am your director, Hollywood House, sitting in with the curator of content, and that's the marvelous Mr. Bell. And of course it is that time in the podcast where I want to thank you guys for making us a 5-star podcast on Apple Podcasts. And I want to thank our friends over in Ireland who have helped us climb the charts back up again overseas. Thank you so much for listening to me and Bell's crazy opinions on professional wrestling. And that's exactly why I say what I'm going to say next, and I say it every single episode. I need you to do me a favor, and that favor is, of course, to go leave a review. Keep giving us those 5 stars. Tell a friend about us, so that way we can have more people listening, more people giving us 5 stars, more people giving us reviews. It really helps in keeping us charted. And I say that every week, and look, once again, In Your House is charted. So I do it for a reason. There's a method to my madness to help us get to where we want to be at, and that's to be one of the most listened to professional wrestling podcasts, not just in the United States. Of course, we want to always be on the charts in the United States, but worldwide, baby, we want to be everywhere. That's exactly the goal of In Your House, is to be worldwide, and we truly appreciate you guys coming in with us and listening to us. It's truly appreciated. But hey, I want to go ahead and direct you guys to another great podcast that you guys should be listening to. If you want to hear great opinions, and you want to hear some controversial opinions, but obviously a whole lot of knowledge about the professional wrestling business, and that's head on over to the Pope's Point of View. That is right. The National Wrestling Alliance's own The Pope, Elijah Burke, has a great podcast called The Pope's Point of View that is co-hosted by Pollo Del Mar. And Pollo Del Mar, the manager of champions, you can catch Pollo Del Mar at GCW. You can catch Pollo Del Mar on NWA. Also done Effie's Big Gay Brunch. So you're going to get a lot of great insights. You might not agree with everything, but hey, we are here to switch y'all's minds up about some things. There's nothing wrong with challenging some of your perceptions, because when you get your perceptions challenged and you come into it in an open and honest and open-minded way, more importantly than anything else, hey, you gain knowledge. And I don't know about you guys, but I personally never want to stop learning. And hey man, I never want to stop learning about this professional wrestling business specifically, and I learned a lot this past weekend as we had the March Madness of professional wrestling, and that's the Crockett Cup, the tag team tournament. It was really going down for a 2-night event over in Nashville, Tennessee, and man, it really made for a memorable weekend, Bell. Crockett Cup, it was a lot of fun, bro.
Oh, man, for you, I don't know. My bracket got busted like first round, man. Come on, man. I thought Strictly Business was about that business, but Gold Rush came through and like chopped their heads off real quick.
Whoo, man, you hate to see it, but man, I really wish that my NCAA March Madness bracket could match the success that I had picking the winner for the Crockett Cup, because my March Madness bracket got busted a long time ago. I've totally given up on that, but I was absolutely right. Oh man, they did. They let a lot of us down, bro.
Oh no.
Oh man, but I was right about the Briscoes winning the cup. And I was sitting over there watching it. I was watching it with my 4-year-old daughter, and I was checking it out, and I was like, man, like, I didn't said publicly on the podcast that I want these guys to win, that I'm backing them and stamping them as my winner. So now I'm looking at it with a little bit of urgency. I'm like, Briscoes, come on, y'all, you gotta prove me right.
I dig it, yo. I dig it. I don't know, man. Since my bracket got busted early, I still watch with very, very, exuberant. Just, I was very intrigued eyes by the whole event. I thought the whole tournament was great, but part of me wanted you to be wrong, so I was like, oh man, come on, somebody get the Briscoes. No real hate. I mean, they apologized, so I ain't hating on them, right?
Right, yeah, but, they came around. They came around.
Yeah. So, but yeah, part of me wanted you to be wrong. No hate, just a little bit of competitive nature. You know what I mean?
For sure. And there's nothing wrong with that, man. And that's exactly what we got from the Crockett Cup. Like we said, the Briscoe brothers ended up winning it. In night 2, they defeated the Cardonas and ended up beating ultimately the Commonwealth Connection of Doug Williams and Harry Smith. But what really surprised me in this Crockett Cup, at least as we got down the line there, Bell, was that La Rebellion, the tag team champions, the NWA World Tag Team Champions, got pinned by the Commonwealth Connection. So, like, that, not only did that throw me, I was very surprised because I really thought it was going to end up being La Rebellion and the Briscoes at the end there, but now that begs to ask you a question there, man. Like, who should possibly get the next shot at the NWA World Tag Team Championships? Is it the obvious choice of the Briscoes, who just won the Crockett Cup, or is it the Commonwealth Connection, who just pinned a clean pinfall victory over the champions?
I don't know, man. So, like, that La Rebellion Briscoes match looks really, really enticing if you really, really look at it.
Oh yeah.
But just the thought of having the Commonwealth connection now, like there is a little wrinkle in that they did pin the tag champs, so they do have a they do have a foot in this race, correct? Right?
Yeah.
Like that. So this will be interesting to see what they go on to next. What do we have going on NWA wise, pay-per-view wise after this? What is this leading, or what are we leading into after this?
I'm sure they're going to announce something soon. I think usually around this time. I know last year they did Where Our Shadows Fall. And I think that fell in June. And they don't do everything every single month, which I like that. They kind of do things in the way that AEW does, where it's kind of like more of a seasonal event, like they do one like every 3 months and in that way. And I like that. I just think that that's a way to keep some of these shows special. So we're going to see where it goes. But I mean, if you definitely want to see what's going to go on next, definitely check out NWA Power. Of course, that is on Fight TV. Comes on 6:05 every Tuesday, and it's a good show. But it is an interesting question to see where they're going to go next with the tag team division, because I think the NWA tag team division is, I mean, we saw it straight up at the Crockett Cup that they had a lot of teams, and there's a lot of teams out there that can compete. It's one of the most competitive divisions, I think, in wrestling right now. And it's interesting to see what's going to happen next with that. We saw a lot of action in the night that actually saw new NWA national champion Anthony Mayweather defend his championship, and he went up against Jack Stane, man. And that match, it was a couple of bruisers, and you saw a lot of focusing on body parts from Jack Stane. And it was mainly the knee there, and we later on found out what that led up to. That was a pretty good match. I enjoyed it myself, but the thing that mainly everybody is talking about that comes out from the match is how it ended, Bell.
Yeah, so I got super confused super quick, Con. Like I had to I know me and you were texting back in the night, back and forth in the night. I can't remember if I texted you question marks. You're like, what the, WTF? What happened there? I don't understand it. And then you had to wise me up a little bit. So now I
situation. Yep.
Yeah. So if everybody knows, I'm doing my catch up on that NWA.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of wrestling. All the time. So, you wised me up to that, and I was like, oh, okay. So it's kind of like his Money in the Bank cash in sort of thing. So, after I understood that, then I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess that was smart. He actually played that up really well. He got a match, and then still had that in his back pocket. If you got it in your back pocket, you might as well use it. The weakness. So, bam, son.
Yep, and he went down, took care of business. Jack Stane is the new NWA national champion, and it was just crazy to me because I really thought that Anthony Mayweather was going to have a longer run, but I really don't think that Jack Stane and Anthony Mayweather are done with each other. I think this is something that is going to continue. And man, speaking of continuing, man, we continued what was a great night for the NWA as the Hex, as Allison Kay and Marty Bell, the NWA World's Women Tag Team Champions, ended up successfully defending their championships against Pretty Empowered, which is Ella Envy and Kenzie Page, by pinfall. Honestly, man, I'm not surprised that the Hex would come out of this and win. It was a great opportunity for Ella Envy and Kenzie Page to be fighting for those championships at a show like the Crockett Cup. But man, I'm not surprised at all that the Hex would come out and retain their championships. They've been defending them pretty much all around the world, and they're doing a great job with those championships. I just don't see who can take those titles off of them in that division at this point.
They're not losing that title anytime soon. But let's just shout out in a weekend full of men's tag team wrestling. The Hex and Pretty Empowered had a pretty good women's tag team match. So kind of knew the outcome going into it, but at the same time, they had a really good match. So shout out to that.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's just great to see the women's tag team division really build such strong champions. And that's not the only strong champion that NWA has in their women's division. And that's going to be the perfect opportunity for us to take it to the triple threat for the World Heavyweight Championship in the women's division. And that is Camille defending the Burke up against Chelsea Green and Kylie Ray. And we both kind of called this one. I mean, honestly, Camille is just a dominant force in that division right now. I just don't see, if there was any opportunity for her to drop the title, it would have been in a situation where it was a multi-person match, like a triple threat or even a fatal four-way. So somebody else can get pinned to where she doesn't have to eat the pin, but she just retained the championship and continued looking strong, as Camille has done pretty much throughout the course of her World's Women Championship reign.
Yeah, Broly. So I've curated a new theory in life that few things are certain, but those are death, taxes, and Camille retaining. So those are my absolute locks. There's no stopping Camille, but man, that was a really good match.
It was.
I
it
thought,
really was.
I do. we hit back and forth as we do with the pay-per-views. I wanted to see more out of Kylie Ray. I really wanted to see a
Yeah.
stronger, fiercer Kylie Ray.
Yeah.
I know that's not her thing because she's Smiley Kylie, but like I want to see Smiley Kylie and then see her really, really kick on that next level. And I felt lost in that. I felt like there could be more in that, but I'm not gonna lie. It was a really good match that they put on. But there's no stopping Camille. How do you stop Camille? Like, who's gonna stop Camille? Just as you were talking with the Hex being dominant in the women's tag team, Camille is dominant in the NWA's women's scene. There's nobody stopping her. I don't know if maybe if the forbidden door is open and maybe Jade Cargill could like swing by NWA sometime, because I just want to see that match.
I want to see that too.
Yeah,
I want to see that too. That'd be a good one.
That would be a super good one. But other than that, man, I don't see nobody beating Camille or even like having a chance anytime soon. So
hey, I gotta agree with you there. One thing to note about this, of course, congratulations to Camille for retaining the Burke, and the belt just looks great on her. She's statuesque. She just looks like a winner. But one thing to note about what happened after this match, and check it out if you get a chance to, Bell. It's on social media. Hell, even Pope shared it on his Instagram. Tom Latimer comes out to congratulate Camille because that's his fiance. They're together, and he comes out and he kind of lightly shoves the referee out of the way, and the referee kind of leans against the rope and holds his head like he just got killed. And I'm like, what happened here? I don't know. Check that out, because it's like the funniest, most random thing. And I don't know why the ref did that. Maybe he didn't know what was going on or what, but it's just funny. So it's something that I think is noteworthy, because a couple people on the internet, including Pope, like noticed that and posted about it, and I watched and I just thought it was randomly funny. So I just wanted to note that real quick.
I'll have to pull that up. I'll see if I can pull that up at the moment, right?
Yeah, no, definitely check that out. But that moves us on to one of like the biggest matches I was looking forward to the entire weekend. And that was this fatal 4-way for the new looking junior heavyweight NWA junior heavyweight championship. And man, have you seen that belt? I shared it on my socials. My God, that's a good looking belt.
That's a pretty belt.
Yeah.
Ain't it? Pretty belt. Like, just, man.
Yeah,
I love the black trim. I love how it pops with the red.
Yes.
You got that really, really majestic crown on the top.
Yes.
Just, I like it.
Me too. And this match obviously is a different weight class, and Billy Corgan's vision for the junior heavyweight division is to be a little grittier, a little bit more like fast paced, a little uglier, a little, like just faster pace and more hard hitting, little strong style, little cruiserweight, mix in together. And I think that's exactly what he got in this match that saw Austin Aries face Colby Carino, Homicide, and the Revolutionary, one of my personal favorites, Darius Lockhart, for said junior heavyweight championship of the NWA. And I gotta say, this was just like the women's triple threat match. This was a match that was high on my scale, and I really enjoyed the match. But man, we picked who we thought was going to win, and we were both wrong, Bell.
Absolutely, we were both wrong. If I'm not mistaken, I picked Colby Carino, correct? But Homicide just coming out of nowhere, in this really fast pace, just fast action match. Like, it was nonstop. This match was under 10 minutes. I don't know if anybody noticed that, because they got so much in.
They really did.
In that under 10 minutes. And definitely shout out to Darius Lockhart, because dude is doing his thing. I know I know we've both been following him for a few years or a couple years now, and just watching him grow, watching him, absolutely shine. Just look at him now, like so.
It's great, man. It's really great to see the growth that Darius Lockhart has had, and I really hope that him being from around that area, I hope this is not the last time that we've seen Darius Lockhart on NWA Power, NWA USA, or any NWA show for that matter, because he's just been a pleasure to follow, and to see that growth has been great. But this night was not his night.
Not.
Yeah.
It was not his night. I really want to see another exchange between Darius Lockhart and Austin Aries. I'm sorry to cut you off.
You're fine. You're fine.
But just seeing that short little exchange between those two during that match, I really want to see a little bit more of that. So I hope they can expand on that.
I really hope so too, man, because that at some point in that match, Darius Lockhart absolutely stuck Austin Aries with like a huge forearm that just dropped him, and he was just kind of there. Darius Lockhart was just kind of playing with his food, like, right. Come on, Aries, and it was just like, and then that, if that's the exchange you're talking about, I absolutely agree. I would definitely like to see more of those two in a one-on-one type scenario.
Absolutely, and you could almost look at it as student versus teacher sort of thing. I mean, we see a lot of that now in wrestling and all.
Oh yeah,
all the different promotions. But I mean, who doesn't want to see that? I mean, who doesn't want to see, or who wouldn't want to have that opportunity? If I was Darius Lockhart, I know I would. So
for sure. And Darius Lockhart, his stock is continuously on the rise. I know for a fact that he's over in England now, and he's actually doing some work with Pineapple Pete. I know you remember that name.
Yeah.
Suge. Everybody knows Suge, and they're over there doing their thing as a tag team, Tribe Called Catch, and they're over there in England, doing their thing. So, and he's gonna be involved in Wale Mania over at the WrestleMania area in Texas. So Darius Lockhart's doing a lot of great things. I mean, big shout out to him. Like, it was huge for him to do Wale Mania, so that's gonna be real cool for him.
Hey.
You think that the height of what Darius Lockhart is doing is AEW Dark, and then he does something like, the NWA Crockett Cup for the Junior Heavyweight Championship, but then he's moving from there, and he's still going over to England, and then after that, he's going to be part of WrestleMania weekend at Wale Mania. I'm telling you, Darius Lockhart is going... He's going to eventually get signed. I mean, it's just going to happen. It's going to happen. He's a star, and I really like what he does. So yeah, that's going to be great for him. And it was just a great weekend of wrestling that ended with Matt Cardona defending the 10 pounds of gold, the NWA World Heavyweight Championship, against Nick Aldis. And man, as good as a match as this was, it just seemed like that ending there was just much. I don't know. We both felt like that that Cardona was going to come out and still be champion, but we called it differently on last week's episode and how it was going to happen. And the way that they did it, it's not that it was terrible, because I don't think it was terrible. It just seemed like it was a lot. And I know that you really pinpointed that when we were talking over text as it was happening.
Yeah, I just felt like this match was really extremely overbooked. Now we saw some bleed over with we saw the Commonwealth Connection come out, as well as the Cardonas come out. And then also Chelsea Green and Mickie James, and that all led into the finish. But I just thought a lot happened, which, mind you, they gave this match a lot of time.
Yes,
this match got over 20 minutes, so they were able to get a lot in. This was a good match, and they told a really good story from beginning to end. I just thought the ending was just very chaotic, yeah. Which I guess I guess is very fitting to Matt Cardona and to what he's doing to I guess quote unquote the indies. We can't even call it indies anymore. Just what he is doing to wrestling promotions around the country.
Yeah.
He's just going there and taking their belts, and he is Kenny Omega Jr. basically.
Yeah, title collector, man.
I'm gonna call him Kenny Omega Light. That the action figure version, you know.
He's definitely got a lot of action figures, man. But yeah, no, this was, like I said, the match was good. Like, I liked the match, and I liked the matchup between Nick Aldis and Matt Cardona. Like, just those two going at it alone was intriguing enough for me. And then you add the component of Jeff Jarrett being the special guest referee, which I like. Honestly, I like knowing some things that a lot of folks know about Jeff Jarrett. I actually thought he did a really good job at reffing that match and not he didn't make it about him at all. Like he was just very much reffing that match and an official, and I really like how he played that role just to a T. I enjoyed the role that he played in that match, and I like if that's like from the perspective of the story, if he takes a low blow and the only person that he sees in the ring when he got low blowed was Mickie James, like, I get that. Like, I get where they're going from that perspective. Like, you got to think about his vision. And his vision was, I got low blowed, I came around, and there was Mickie James, and that's the only person that I saw in the midst of the chaos.
They pulled the Eddie. They did a lot of things in order to pull the Eddie.
Yeah.
So, which was great. I just didn't think they needed all of that.
Yeah, for sure.
I just didn't personally think they needed the Commonwealth involvement as well as the Cardona's involvement. I understood if Chelsea and Mickie James were out there, but I don't know. I guess it's fitting. The more and more I think about it, I'm not hating on the match at all.
No hate.
But I thought that the ending was overbooked. But as I think about it, kind of a little bit more so, it kind of makes more sense that this be overbooked and crazy because of all of the elements that are around it to begin with.
Absolutely, man. I like that, and that's the reason why we have these conversations, because yes, we did see it I did too. As I was watching, I'm like, there's a lot going on. But when you break it down and tear it down, you kind of see how these pieces come into place, and it just makes sense for all that stuff to happen involving somebody as polarizing at this point as Matt Cardona has made himself. What a career this guy has really carved out for himself after just being looked at as the catering guy in WWE that could barely even get a chance to get some TV time. So no matter what happens, like, as overbooked as this match might have been, like, it's just great to see Matt Cardona just doing it his way and him involving himself in everything that the NWA is doing, which the NWA is doing great things. It's great to see where the NWA, I know I've said this before, y'all, but it's great to see where the NWA has been at just from a couple of years ago, from 2 or 3 short years ago to where they are now. And not only giving a stage for guys like Matt Cardona and Nick Aldis, was somebody who helped build that company, back up. But you get a chance to see the Darius Lockharts. We get a chance to see more of the Kobe Carinos, the Homicides. Congratulations to him for being the new NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion. We get a chance to see the Popes. We get a chance to see the big, strong Mims, But at the same time, we can still have an opportunity to see the Kylie Rays. We get good eyes on somebody like Camille, which is the only way that you can see Camille on any sort of stage. Camille doesn't do much else besides the NWA, and she's definitely an attraction. Like, she has a great look about her. This is where you got a chance to see somebody like a Thunder Rosa cut her teeth. Thunder Rosa's been on NWA many times. JTG, Dirty Dongo. You're getting a chance. I mean, if you want to see the Mortons, whether it be Ricky with the Rock and Roll Express, or him with his son. You get a chance to see so much more. And the thing that they're doing that to me is really special is they're keeping the prestige of the NWA, but at the same time giving out so much opportunities to new talents that you might not otherwise see on Fight TV or on YouTube or any other way that you can view the NWA. They're really doing a lot of great things. I think you kind of pinpointed this during break, is that they're kind of, in a way, working with everybody, and it's great to see.
Yeah, NWA, I feel like they are in this super unique position right now where they're able to, be kind of well, let's just say it. They're kind of like the third wheel of the national wrestling scene, right?
Yeah.
But they're the consistent third wheel. They're like, whether people from AEW or the Indies or even WWE are coming through in and out of NWA, you know what that's good for? NWA. Yeah.
And it's great for wrestling too.
And it's also absolutely great for wrestling because, one, we get to see great things like this Crockett Cup, and we also saw great things like the World Junior Heavyweight National Championship tournament, which went through 3 rounds in itself, when we saw great matches in itself, just throughout. So like, the NWA is doing great things. Nobody can knock the NWA, and please don't anybody take anything that we say about the matches or anything like that as a knock to NWA. It's all wrestling love, because we wouldn't be here without wrestling, and we just want to show it some love. And that's why we're here for you. That's why we're here curating content for you, household. This is why my man, the director, is out there putting in that work, because it's all love for the household, right?
Absolutely, man. That is exactly what we want to do, is show love to all of you guys out there that give us a listen, whether you're in the business, whether you're aspiring to be in the business, whether you're just a fan. No, we honestly critique. That's what we do. That's what we've done for like the last 3 years, and that's one of the main reasons why you guys listen to us, because we give honest critique. And to see the journeys that like myself and Bell are having, Bell is doing great things here locally in the indie scene. I was just on OVW and just in Vegas. You're seeing us have these journeys in real time as we're here every single week, still talking about mainstream wrestling, still talking about independent wrestling, still talking about like mid-tier professional wrestling. No matter what it is, we talk about it all, because it is all for the love of professional wrestling. And that's exactly why we wanted to break down this Crockett Cup event. I really enjoyed watching it. And man, it just goes to show you that, once again, as I've said before, and you guys can say I'm kissing up, but it don't matter. I'm just keeping it honest and giving you my honest opinion. One, the NWA is good. It's good for all of professional wrestling, because it's the most historic brand in the United States.
It can't say it any better. There's only one real World Heavyweight Championship, and it belongs there.
Yes, and that's with the NWA, man. And man, this right here was a really great episode. I really enjoyed having another great episode of In Your House. We broke down a lot of awesome stuff, including the Crockett Cup. But now it's that time to figure out where the household is going to be at. And we're going to start with my man here, the curator of content. But when he's not curating content, he's curating a whole lot of chaos. And that's Bell, man. What do you got going on down the line? What should we be looking for? What's next for you, Bell? And where can we catch you at?
Well, look, I graced the people's presence of BMFX in Lafayette this past weekend with my alpha athlete, Christopher Owens, and I will be gracing their presence again. They should be so humbled and welcome. and just they should throw roses and just chocolates and just all sorts of stuff at our feet. But anyways, we will be back there around April 9th. We also will be doing I will also be at AACW in Kokomo on the same day, April 9th. Check all my pages for that. But this weekend, it's kind of light, not really doing anything wrestle wise. But I do want to tell the people out there to check out the Kokomo Press. We're always doing crazy things. And when I'm not in character for the curator, I get in character for everything else, right? So check us out. We got some dope ass videos, some funny shit on the page, maybe slightly controversial, but check us out. It's at Kokomo Press on Facebook, at Kokomo Press on Twitter, Instagram, wherever you want to find it. Love you for that. Also, yo, Con, did you know I was on a TV show?
What? No.
Yeah. Look, check it out. I am on this great TV show. I appear, not the star, because I didn't want to take away from other people.
For sure.
Yeah,
always trying to give back. Such a giving person.
You understand. But this great show called Canary Currency that you can find on Amazon Prime Video and Tubi.
Okay. Guys, check that out.
Yo, please check it out. I appreciate all the love. You can find me at the Curator Bell anywhere and everywhere you want to search. Check out the Kokomo Press for me. Yo, I know that's not all. I know that's what I got going on. What's the rest of the household got going on?
Man, you know that Household Productions is always going on full sprint. My guys are always working, and I've actually got some Household Productions news that I'm going to break right here on In Your House. I'm going to do
Breaking news?
Yeah.
Do we need like the sound blurb?
I think we can. You know what? We'll fix it in post. All
right, cool.
But first off, I just want to say that the Sankofa Spirit is going to be going to Waldorf, Maryland, as the world star himself, the one and only Paragon, is going to be back in Maryland defending his Maryland Television Championship, and that is at March Madhouse. It's Saturday, this coming Saturday, the 26th, and man, you already know it's going to be world star energy all day, baby, when he comes through, and he's going to bring the title back to the world star, back to Household Productions, because that's just what Paragon does. Hey, nobody else protected his neck. Of course, now he got a family to help protect it, but he's not going to protect any of theirs. And also, the Sankofa Spirit is pushing on through, and it's going to be coming to Envision Wrestling as Sam Knight faces Cobra at Breakthrough. It's going to be a great event. I do believe this is their first show, and you're going to see a whole lot of great talent there, including the enforcer of Household Productions, and that's Sam Knight. It is going to be a movie, guaranteed. And, man, okay, so now it's time to break this news, because not only is Paragon out there defending his 3 championships. That's right, 3 championships. Dude is just straight out here killing it. 3 championships
triple
in
threat
3
Paragon.
Man, for real. 3 different states, dude. 3 different states.
Yo, Matt Cardona, who?
Right. You talk about title collecting, you have to have
Matt
Paragon
Cardona,
in the conversation. You got to have P in the conversation.
Exactly.
And you got Sam Knight, the enforcer, the tank of Household Productions, just coming off his television debut at OVW, of course, with his director. And moving right along, he's already announced that he's going to be in Colorado in September, doing big stepper moves, because that is what the enforcer does. He's a prize fighter, so he's going to go where the prize is at, and the prize is calling him to Colorado in September. That's going to be great. But, man, the director always is scouting and looking for top-tier talent. It never stops. It never stops. And as I've made perfectly clear, I didn't have plans to have Paragon and Sam be a tag team. No, that was never the plan, because I already got the realest tag team in the universe, and that, of course, is the highlight reel. But I always like to keep things interesting, and I like to build the family, and I like to have family members that are versatile. That way we can win in every division. Now, one thing about the director is that I've always been a huge fan, Bell, of the cruiserweight division. Huge fan of the cruiserweight division, especially WCW's cruiserweight division. I know you know about that.
No, I know about that. Some old school.
Oh yeah, love it. So for the opportunity to look into what this young man is doing and getting a chance to see his moveset, seeing the fast-paced action that he provides, I got to say that this young man that's been on my radar, that's going to be at Envision Wrestling with Sam, and I'm going to send Sam already knows. Sam is going to go there and do a little recruiting for the director. You know, Hollywood got to send out the big guns. And I'm sending out Sam to speak with this young man. International superstar, wrestled in Mexico, has been wrestling for 12 years. And under the tutelage of, check this out, Bell, Pentagon. Yeah. Yes. Pentagon.
Yes, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. So this young man, Mikey Midas, he's doing some great things. He's been in OVW a couple of times. He's going to be back at OVW tonight, as a matter of fact. And then he's going to be at the Saturday show there with Sam. And I've been talking to this young man, and I'm very impressed. And what I want to do is I want to bring this young man into the fold, into the family, and help him tap in to the Midas touch, bro. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing. I'm so excited to be working with this young man, because once we bring him into the family and we get him into that Sankofa spirit, I just know that he's going to win championships and be in huge opportunities everywhere that he goes. So check out that Midas touch coming to Household Productions. Hey, it's coming to a theater near you. And man, this was another great episode of In Your House. Man, we got to make sure that we do this again next week, Bell, and give him some more of that work, bro.
Yo, you know that's what we're about, putting in that work. We don't stop, and we hope everyone follows the journey, yo.
Absolutely. Appreciate y'all. And I want to thank y'all for listening to another great episode of In Your House. And I want to let you guys know where you can go find the director and see what he's got going on. And that is at In Your House. That's HOWSE. That is on Twitter. That is on Facebook. That is on Instagram. On Instagram personally, it is at The Hollywood House, HOWSE. And also on Facebook and Twitter at Hollywood House, where you can catch what the director has going on next. Because, hey, you guys already know what me and the curator do, and that's bring y'all, what is it? That's right, it's that work. So let me let you guys know where you guys can listen to this at. You guys can listen to this at Apple Podcast, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Himalaya. Hey, you don't have an Apple device? That's alright. We're on Google Play. Anywhere that you guys are, we can get to you. Hey, keep those eyes peeled to the social media, because you never know where the director and Household Productions is going to pull up next. Hey, guys, what are you doing? Go ahead and go buy a freaking shirt. That's www.prowrestlingtees.com/inyourhouse. Go ahead and go get this work so you can afford to go get this shirt. And guys, you already know what I'm going to say. I say it every single episode. Hop on this bandwagon. Get on. Or you got. Because the household, well, we still going mighty strong. You guys have a great day and a great rest of your week. Peace.